A great tragedy happened today. A young man from New Jersey, 24-year-old, went and put a knife to the neck of Salman Rushdie, a writer who has dared to stand up against a tyranny in this world. Allow me to just lay out for you what has happened and what is at stake. It was on this track in the early 1980s that I ran with the wind in my hair, the sun on my arms, and I would go home at night and I would write into my journal. I knew of freedom here in America. This is where I grew up. The sign says, West Virginia Mountaineers. Mountaineers are always free. That was a philosophy I was raised with. And I was raised with an interpretation of Islam that I, as a woman, could live with freedom, and I could live with freedom as a writer. What has happened is, over the last decades, we have had a tyranny, and the government of Iran, in particular, has put out this fatwa and this death threat against a writer, just for the sin, in their eyes, of blasphemy. This is unacceptable. And there is a woman, Masi Ahmadinejad, and she is living under death threat because she dares to fight for the right of women to live in Iran with the wind in their hair. What we must all do, dear friends, is we must stand up against this theocracy of Islamism. This young man, 24-year-old, has inherited decades of people who have wrongly tried to, quote, normalize relations with this regime in Iran. People who are even now accepting regimes like the one in Afghanistan. These are ultimately cruel, cruel regimes that send assassins out into the world in ideology, if not in body. And this has to stop. Please, world over, please stand with all of the Muslims, all of the people within the Muslim community who have stayed a Muslim, or those who have left the faith but come out of that religion, as we fight against Islamism. Don't look the other way on these violations of human rights. To those who are gay, or who are feminists, or who are atheists or secularists, writers and poets, stand up with them the world over. We need you. Please pray for Salman Rushdie in whatever expression you have, and let us hope for the survival of freedom and liberty.